Okay, in order to add a little bit more enjoyment to your days, I'm going to talk about I'm going to have given a response to a comment I got. Some of these comments really make me laugh, and sometimes they're just people getting triggered and so forth, and I find them funny, and I like to comment on them sometimes. So I'm going to let you know. Read it up. There might be a trigger warning on some of these things. I really don't care. You get triggered, you get triggered. I get triggered too, just like anybody else. Get over yourselves. All right, so this is what I'm going to read what this person says, and then I'm going to comment real quick on it, and I'll tell you what I wrote back, and a general idea comment, and then I'm going to get political at the end. So I will let you know before I get into the real political stuff, so you can shut it off if you just don't want to freaking hear it. But this is a good comment. I love this. This person writes, used to watch your videos for tips on the inside as I want to add a few amps and a sub. As soon as you said Bidenomics, I lost all respect. Educate yourself, please. I just love pretentious people. Although he did say please. So I'm going to give him points for that. Maybe just a nice person and he thought I said something stupid. So be it. I'm not a Democrat, but that was just ignorant. Pretentious. It's pretentious. But I do give him tips for being pleased. In his defense, in his honest defense, he may have been watching, thinking just to see a car video. And yes, I said Bidenomics on the side because of what I think of the way the country's being run right now economically. And it obviously pissed this person off. Or it's not something they expected to hear in this video. It just made them angry. So in their defense, I can understand if you didn't expect to hear it. But so be it. This is my response. Why did you lose all respect? Am I not entitled to my opinion? Educate myself on what? On the opinion you agree with? I analyze and listen to various news sources 6 hours a day. Actually, it's closer to 7.5 hours a day. About 5 days a week. I really do actually listen to multiple sources. I'm not the brightest person. Definitely not the brightest person. But I certainly have some idea what's going on in the world and in this country. Here's an idea. Watch the videos anyway. It's not like I'm making money off of them. Glean any information from them that helps you, and just ignore my political opinions. My father once told me that the best way to get back at a nasty customer is to sell them something. Yeah, get back at me. Get all the information you can out of me, and screw the rest of what I have to say. I have a lot of political opinions in my videos, and until I'm either dead or put into a gulag, I plan on opining as I choose. Get over yourself, my friend. Enjoy what you can because hard times are coming. I stand behind that response. I think the response is actually not so bad. I'm just telling them, hey, get over it. If you don't like it, don't watch. I'm happy for all the viewers. I'm happy for all comments, even negative comments like this. Absolutely. I believe in your freedom to tell me things. Educate myself. Again, I don't claim to be the smartest person in the world. I say some stupid things. I'm goofy. I know that. But I do listen to massive amounts of political commentary. And while I may not be able to bring out every ounce of information that I hear, I can tell you one thing for darn sure. I know the gist of the things that I've learned, and I know where my opinion lies. So personally, to this individual, if you actually hear this video, watch, learn what you can, and ignore my opinions. Now, there are 3 ways people usually respond to my opinions. The first way is this. I say, this is how this person responded. The second way is this.
They did it! City win the title! It's Aguero with his 30th thing! Manchester City are the champions!
Let's say that's how, maybe, go MAGA or whatever. Who cares what it is? It's just someone who might agree with me might respond. And the third way, and I think this is what most people do, is this.
This is...
What?
This is boring. Delete.
So that's it. Just get over it. I mean, I try not to inject too much politics, but there is politics. I'm sorry. I'm not the one who injected politics into everything in this country. I'm not part of the group that did that. But I am going to opine my position if I see something that bothers me. And if something is bugging me, I'm going to say it. And you guys can choose to respond as you wish. This is not a serious channel. I'm not a serious person. but I do have an opinion. And now I'm going to give you a trigger warning because I am going to give you something I want to say that's very political. So if you want to turn it off now, turn it off. Are you ready? You've been warned. I was never a big gun person all my life. My mother was I think she was very nervous around guns like a lot of people, average people are. Growing through my life and watching things and how things are and how people are in general, I'm going to tell you this one thing and one thing right now. Either take it or don't. Do not vote positive for any person or candidate or any law that takes away any of your rights to own and bear arms. Period. Period. None. I don't care if it sounds like the most well-meaning, obvious thing. Don't vote for it. Don't vote for it. The Second Amendment is not your right to bear arms, actually. It tells the government that it can infringe on your God-given rights to protect yourself, which is by bearing arms. That's what it does. And this is very, very, very important. And the more you see about these crazy people, whether you think it's all these MAGA people that are crazy and the white supremacists are coming to get you, or whether you think it's the left-wing nutcase blue-haired freaks with masks who are attacking people in wheelchairs out there who are coming to get you. Doesn't matter which direction it is. Never vote against taking the guns away from the average citizen, period. No matter what. Now, I know there's a lot of emotion going on right now. We've had a lot of people killed. We had that terrible school shooting. I think it was in Uvalde. Is that how you say it? I do apologize. In Texas, 19 kids killed by a fruitcake who bought a gun. He bought an AR-15 of some kind, a real expensive one, real nice one, and went on a shooting spree. First of all, I'm bumping into a lot of people who do deal with guns and have guns who actually think that AR means assault rifle or automatic rifle. It means armor light, okay? Doesn't mean either of those words. Technically, an assault rifle is a select fire rifle. That's the technical original definition of what an assault rifle is. That means a machine gun, one that you can switch from semi-automatic, which means bang, 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 to bang, 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 like that. You go and try to buy yourself a machine gun nowadays. First of all, you can't get anything unless it's like from mid 80s or earlier. Second of all, it'll cost you a fortune in taxes. Third of all, you have to go through like a year of checks and you have to do thumbprints. Now, shit, can you buy one illegally? Sure. You're going to go into prison if you get caught with a machine gun. But no, these are not automatic rifles. Now, here's the thing that really bothers me the most. Yes, this was terrible what happened. People also say that we need checks on people. Sorry, you have to get a check every time you buy a gun. They talk about all these loopholes. There aren't that many loopholes, trust me. There is no gun show loophole. It's a load of crap. It's just a way to take your gun rights away. If you can find a way that you can do a loophole, well, then you're breaking the law. I'm telling you that right now. It's not a loophole. You're breaking the law. Oh my God. In Uvalde, this is what we know that actually happened, and it's still obfuscated as exactly what happened. We know that the police were chasing this guy, I think, after he killed his grandmother. I could be a little off on these things because there's still a lot of haziness in this because the police are lying, and the media's lying too, or at least are obfuscating in order to push a position. What we do know for sure is that they did not go in immediately like they were supposed to. They did not go and deal with an active shooter situation. They backed off. And they allowed this person to continue shooting for, and we don't have an exact amount, but it looks like anywhere from 40 to 70 minutes. Now, I want all of you to tell me, straight to my face, if the police had gone in immediately, do you think there would have been 19 kids killed rather than sitting out there while the shooter keeps shooting at them? This is the number one reason why you don't want to take guns away from yourself. If you think, you got regular police officers, their children being gunned down. They can hear the gunfire going on. There are calls coming in through the dispatch with kids screaming, asking for help, that they're bleeding out. And these police officers who, by Supreme Court rule, The Supreme Court ruled that they have no obligation to protect you. Their obligation is to enforce the law. You would think them killing you is that too, but no, it doesn't fall. They have no obligation to protect you in that way. A good police officer will. A police officer that believes in helping his community will. But these guys, if you see that these people with children being shot, then not a single one of them would finally just look over to their commanding officer and say, fuck you. I'm going in there, their kids being shot, and run in there like they were supposed to do and they've been trained to do. Apparently they were trained on this too. Again, all this information could change. Apparently what they were trained to do, then there would have been, you know what would have happened? I bet this police officer would probably have been suspended or maybe fired. And I guarantee you, well, he could do through GoFundMe, but GoFundMe would close it down because it's political, because it's gun shit. But he could have gone through Give, Send, Go. He would have ended up a millionaire. And I guarantee you, any normal police force that's not in a city, like maybe a town police force, would have let him move to his town and hired him or her. I don't know why these people did not go in. I do know that they tasered at least one parent who was trying to get in there, or one guy who was trying to get in there to try to save these kids, and attacked other people who tried to go in and save these kids. As far as I'm concerned, I mean, obviously the number one person culprit for these deaths is the crazy person with this damn gun who went in there and started shooting them. From what I heard, he was being chased by the police. And he went into the school. And I think they went partially in and then they kind of pulled back. He's the number one culprit. But I swear to God, their commanding officer, the main commanding officer of that force, and several police officers, first of all of them were there should be fired. They should have overridden what their commanding officers said and gone in there. Period. They would have lost their jobs, but I guarantee they would have gotten jobs somewhere else. They would have been rich because I would have sent them money through Give, Send, Go. This is what they're supposed to do. Whether they legally have to or not, this is what they're supposed to do. To serve and protect. Very upset over this and the way this is being politicized to take away your gun rights. You think if you take away all guns that these things aren't going to happen? I'll bet you money less of the nutcases are going to happen. But you got to remember, majority of gun deaths, even in school deaths, are suicides. But there are some shootings that happen. And there's some mass shootings. And there are a lot of failures on police and people who are supposed to protect these children not responding to this kind of stuff. Go ahead, take the guns away. If you expect these people to protect you when you're in trouble, you see how they protect children. They're not going to protect you. If, let's say, you love Biden, if you love the far left, if you love this whole, what they're doing right now with the country right now, if you're for this, all of this, and you think these people are going to protect you when the guns are gone, when your guns are out of your hands, you better think again. Doesn't matter whether you're their allies or not. They're not going to protect you. The government's going to protect itself and its own and its interests, not you. It's only individuals that are going to do this. This is very important. I'm going to get a lot of crap for this. I really don't care because I have to let this out. And I'm sorry I had to go so damn deep in the politics of this. So seeing how these people respond, do you really want to take away your rights to a gun? Even curb it in any way. Don't do it. Don't do it. These people are not going to protect you. Once they take your guns away, when you have no guns, Chicago, go try get a gun in the city of Chicago legally. Go try to get a gun in the city of New York legally as a normal citizen. You ain't getting one, not legally. Basically, they don't allow guns there. However, there's a lot of shootings, a lot of mass murders going on in there all the time. They're shooting at each other. These type of gun controls do not work the way you think they work. Yeah, sure, they're going to help some. Yeah, some people are going to live through this. I hate that any of these people die. I hate these shootings. But come on, guys. They take your guns away, then it's going to be just like in Canada. Canada during these lockdowns, where they were going into people's houses and saying, you're only allowed 6 people at your table for your holidays. You have 7, and they were arresting people. This is literally happened there. You're going to have a situation like in Australia where they literally have concentration camps, not death camps. I know every time you think concentration camp, things gassing the Jews. No, that's not what it is. This is where you have no due process, where they think you have been near someone who had COVID, or you might have COVID, even without a test, and they take you without due process and put you in a camp. Oh, they call it a bungalow, but it's a camp. Basically, it's a camp. Is anyone being harmed? Well, they're being held against their will, including indigenous people. For all these people are saying, oh, we got to protect the indigenous. No, they don't. They don't care. It's about power. I mean, what do you think is going to happen next? I mean, when you start moving in these kind of directions, when you have camps and stuff like that, what do you think is going to happen next eventually? Don't let them take away any of your gun rights. It only hurts the average citizen. Will it protect a few more people? Possibly. But it's going to harm you. Thing that keeps the police from walking right in your door, and they do it sometimes anyway, but from easily walking in through your door is the fact that they don't know if there's a gun behind that door to protect for that person to protect themselves. For all the bad police that are out there, the police who aren't following the rules properly, or just ignorant and don't follow the rules properly, they know here in America that there's a chance someone has a gun and is going to shoot back at them. And that's very important. I own a gun. I own several guns. I'm not going to go out and shoot anybody. I don't want to shoot anybody. I want to protect my home, my family, and my property, and my rights to live my life and to be able to speak. That's all. That's all. I'm going to leave everybody alone. Oh, God, I'm going to regret this video. I know it. But whatever. I'm going to get a lot of crap. I'm not even going to know whether I'm going to respond to any of it. And you got this elder abuse person, Biden, who's he's not there most of the time. He's a steward. He's not the president. I disagree with Tim Pool on his. Tim Pool says he's going, and they're interpreting what he wants. No, they're doing whatever they want. The deep state, and no, it's not a bunch of people going, let's see what kind of evil we can do. It's not like that. These are just people who are unaccountable. They're not elected in the positions. They're in the government forever. They get hired in the government in their background, and they just do stuff. All it takes is one bureaucrat in the middle of all this crap to do whatever they want and screw some citizen over because they're unaccountable. So I'm telling you right now, like I said, Biden telling you, did you know that if they don't do your background check within 72 hours, you get your gun? Damn right you get your gun. You know why? Because if you don't get your gun, I mean, let's say if they take away the 72 hour and they can indefinitely, what do you think they're going to do? What if they don't like you? What if they don't like you because you're white? What if they don't like you because you're black? What if they don't like you because you're a Jew? What if they don't like you because you're a Republican? What if they don't like you if you're a Democrat or if you have blue hair? You can call the FBI and say, wait, what's taking up my background check? Oh, we'll get to it when we want to. And you'll never get your gun. It's the same thing as banning guns. No. You have a right to protect yourself. You don't have a right to go into schools and shoot anybody. You have a right to attack people. You have a right to protect yourself legally and honestly. God, people, please don't let them fool you. Don't allow all your emotions to only rule against what's good for yourself. Protect yourself and protect your God-given right to own some way to protect yourself. You think a knife's going to do it? Not if the other person has a gun. Don't give the state the monopoly on any form of the ability to use violence, because they will use it against you. That's how it always happens. It always happens that way. Always. They're taking away they're going to take away all the guns in Canada. They're working on it right now. They may have already passed it. It may go through. God help the Canadians. And look at their leader. Look at their leader. Guy runs around in blackface. Goes surfing when he's supposed to be checking on indigenous people, and he says he's checking on indigenous people. Who's molested some woman or something. Bad people. These are bad people. They are taking a terrible tragedy. And these parents are now going to sue the gun company that sold the gun? What for? What for? They didn't break any law. Who they should be suing is the police force and that city. They should sue it into the ground. And they should have those police officers fired, minimum, and some of them have to be put in prison for this. Especially their leaders, the ones that told them. The rest can be cowards. They could be cowards. I can't believe it. I can't believe they couldn't. I can't believe none of them could bring themselves to do the right thing and go in there as they were originally trained. Well, it was turned out some border patrol person or something. I ended up borrowing a shotgun from his barbershop and went in there and took this guy out. No. I don't know why these parents are going after the person who sold, the company that sold the gun that got sent and have it, it was sold legally, 100% legally. The guy was a nutcase. People knew he was a nutcase. They were watching him. They could have kept an eye on this guy. They could have stopped this guy immediately. There could have been minimum bloodshed. They didn't. And the real question is why. And there better be a reckoning to that. There better be a reckoning. And people are going to say, well, you're getting emotional, Verdi. Yes. I'm emotional because I see our rights being stripped away left and right. I see people going out and getting ready to kill each other and harm each other. Nobody wants to talk anymore. Everyone just wants to hate each other. I see no culture anymore. I see drag shows. I see kids stripping in front of adults, stripping their clothes. And anyone who thinks that's okay, I can't believe this. It's really beyond me how this is okay. And the only thing I can think is that these people either are either cult, some kind of form of cult, like a death cult or something. I don't know. So they're cultists, or they're enemies of this country. Flat out, they want to destroy this country and everything it stands for. I think a lot of it's that. Well, I'm sorry I had to get so emotional. I did warn you that it was going to get political and going to piss off some of you. I hope all of you are ready to take care of yourselves, because the government's not going to do it for you. In fact, they're going to go out of the way to take away your rights. Any rights they can, they will take away. And they're going to make it so you're going to beg for them to put more police out there, put the military out there, protect us. But when people start rioting all over the streets, when the food is cut down, with all these gas price problems, so people say, oh, they buy electric car. Please. When the gas prices go up, everything goes through the roof. Everything. It's all Putin's fault. Yeah, some of it is Putin's fault. But this started way before Putin. It started at the beginning of the Biden administration. As far as the gas prices and so forth, these people are doing what they want to do. They want to take away, they're death cultists. They literally think in 10 years the earth will not be habitable, or it'll be beyond the ability for us to save the planet from global warming or global cooling or climate change or whatever they're calling it this time. I have nothing wrong with being environmentally friendly. I do have a problem when it's only the poor and the average people who are going to starve, who are going to lose their money, who are going to lose their living, and who are going to be under a tyrannical form of government with no guns to protect themselves against crazy people. Wow. I guess I really shot my load this time, didn't I? Some of you are going to agree with me. Some of you are going to think I'm a total nut. Sorry I got angry about it, but I had to let it out. This thing that happened in Texas, these police officers need to be imprisoned. Some of them. Their leaders for sure need to be imprisoned. The chief of police, whoever. They need to be imprisoned. This wasn't a bad call. This was... God, I hate to think of conspiracy theories. It was almost as if it was a setup. How stupid and and how terrible, how dead of a culture can we have when a police officer who has been trained and been told, apparently there was training in either that school or schools nearby from that same police force on what you're supposed to do in an active shooter. Go in immediately. Then not a single one of them went in. Not a single one of them disobeyed an order and said, fuck this shit. I'm going in there. And I'm going to save those kids. I can't. And you want these people to protect your rights when you have no guns? They're not going to. They're not going to. They're going to do whatever their leaders tell them to do. It's not because they're not necessarily evil. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. Some of them are evil. Some of them are scared. Some of them are some of them are stupid. I don't know. Some of them are maybe just goofballs like me. Now, so much for a Honda channel, right? Yeah. I've said enough. Go ahead, burn me down, give me hell. I don't care. 30A out.